Right, I'm here this time now. Hello, hello, hello to each and every one of you, wherever you may be. Here we are for an inspirational live stream, right? See how we are certainly here. Hello to Sue. I'm okay. No, I did not flush myself down the toilet. I certainly did not. But I'm out of the toilet now. Hello to Pamela. Hello and hugs to Pamela. I'd give you a nice long hug. And cuddles to Braveheart. Otherwise it'd be put me down. Yes. And hello to Hailey. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Charlie. Hello to you. Nice to see you here, Charlie. Ollie, Hailey, nice to see you as usual. Lovely, Hailey. Hello and hugs to you always. Blacksmith, hello to you, good man, Blacksmith. Hello. Hello to Blacksmith and Basil. Is Basil giving you any cuddles tonight? Have you got any cat cuddles from Blacksmith? No, from Basil, sorry. Any cuddles from Basil, I'd imagine. Hello to you, Rexy. Hello, good friend. And of course, Hailey's, Harriet's here. Hello to Harriet. And of course, hello and hugs to Sue. Hello and hugs to our lovely Sue. Oh, hello and lots of hugs to Sue. And no, I think if I hugged Sue, I probably wouldn't let her go. I probably wouldn't let her go if I hugged her. And all that. Well, in a way, I could hug Sue quite protectively, because Sue's only a little thing, you see, a little thing of only 4 feet 10 of height. So she's a little thing, Sue is, so I could protectively hug her and cuddle her easily. At my height of 5 foot 8 and her height of 4 foot 10, I could just hug and cuddle her quite protectively. And all that, and I probably wouldn't want to let her go. Hi, Rue. Hello to you. Finally here on my live stream. Well, it's certainly nice to see you, and it wouldn't have mattered if you could never make a live stream, but it's certainly wonderful seeing you here. And Maria's in. Hello to you, Maria. Hello and hugs to you always. Hello and a nice long protective hug to our lovely Maria. Hello, hello. A nice long protective hug. Really, your husband was watching a movie this morning that had camels in it. They made a noise just like the hug noise. Oh, wow. Oh, it's always lovely having you in here, Sue. It's always lovely having you in here. And all that. And I understand you've got a tall grandson, as you did say before. As you said to me before and all that. I think you said he was tall, but I don't know. I can't quite remember. Oh, Basil's giving you cuddles. Oh, okay. No, but if I may ask, Blacksmith, if you're still here, how does Blacksmith take to your granddaughter whenever your granddaughter is around Basil? How does he take to her, if I may ask? I mean, and how is she around cats anyway? Because isn't she more of a horse girl than a cat girl? Because she's obviously got the affinity towards dress horse shows, but I don't know how she'd be towards cats. That's my only thing. Compared to you, oh, okay. I mean, because would one say that I'm tall? No, a 5 foot 8 and 11 stone man. which is me, I would not be. I am definitely not tall. I'm actually a fairly small man, but he's tall compared to you. Okay, okay. So he could be my height. He could be a small man, but obviously tall compared to you. No, but many best wishes to you and your lovely neighbor. And I don't know how she takes to you, but I'm hoping it's a good relationship. You know, hoping it's a good relationship between your neighbor and yourself. So even though she's very elderly at 102, but 102, what more could you expect? But hoping the relationship's all right. Hi, Loco. Good evening to you. Yes, it's St. David's Day, actually. 1st of March, St. David's Day. No, don't think I'm frozen. I got a message. Wait a moment. Oh, your poor neighbour's been poorly. On the mend. I'm happy she's on the mend. But I'm hoping it's a good relationship, between yourself and your neighbour. I'm hoping you two get along okay. Neither do I, Pamela. Neither do I. It's gone much more quickly than it did last year. March this time last year came around a little more slowly than it did for this year. This year it's just zoomed by, seemingly. The year is flying by. It's going much more quickly compared to last year, as I've so found. I'm very happy you get along very well. That's always the main thing with neighbours and newfound friends, is that they get along very well. No, I didn't do one for Gilbert Gottfried. Anthony, no. But the live stream I did yesterday, it was for my friend's birthday, my friend Deborah Coleman. And I did hear from Deborah recently, and she appreciates the birthday wishes. I thought I'd say so. Martin's in. And, well, sorry, wait a moment. Now that he has said it, where on earth is it? Okay, now that he's said
Gordon's alive?
George, it's alive! Gordon's alive! Oh, classic vehicle event. Is this Sussex-wise? I think the classic vehicle event-wise, I think the one I'm going to be doing, first one, will be outside of Sussex. But the one in Sussex, oh, wow. There's a Sussex one. As far as I'm certain, there's going to be one, I think, in May. I think there's a classic car. I think there's going to be a classic car event that's going to be happening before the historic commercial one. But the main big Sussex classic car event would be the Eastbourne Magnificent Motors, and that takes place in May. That's as far as I can only tell you, Loco. That's all. Yes, I couldn't agree with you more, Pamela. I certainly couldn't agree with you more. Could be your internet. Yes, everyone. I mean, obviously mine's not the same as yours. Internet connection-wise, that is. Yes, I know. I know that. The 60-second run. I know that. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you. No, they're worth doing. I think they're worth doing. And in case one wanted to know, that thumbnail picture of me, that was actually a picture of me at the historic commercial vehicle run back in 2022. That one was. In May 2022, that picture was. If I can get it up to show. That's why you brought it up. Yes. No, it's good that you brought it up. And I'm looking forward to it very much. So. And if one wanted to know, that was me in May 2022, almost 3 years ago. The month before my, this was the month before my 21st birthday in 2022, because I'm going on for 24 now, as most of you know. But that was me, the London to Brighton Historic Commercial Vehicle Run 2022. Beside an H. Button Company Western-super-Mare steam vehicle. Gilbert would be 70 years old. He would have been 70 years old yesterday. Oh, wow, that would have been a special one, but such a shame he died. Such a shame that he died at such a young age, Gilbert Godfrey. He didn't live all that long a life, did he? Poor man. Yes, 2 years before I first met you, yes. I know. And good evening to you, Bill. No, it's no trouble at all. It's certainly no trouble at all. Had to turn my volume down when he said, "Good, it's alive! Good, it's alive! Good, it's alive!" Thank you, Harriet. Thank you, Harriet, Loco, Blacksmith, Sue, and Pamela for your friendliness towards Bill. Thank you. Thank you kindly. 17 in a month. I know. Where did the time go, Rexy? Where did the time go? You'll soon be old enough to learn how to drive. On a positive note. And all that. I've got a provisional driver's license, but I haven't taken a test yet, Martin. That's the thing. And Francis Leach is in the house. Hello, hello, hello to you. Train Simulator, Train Sim World 5. I haven't played that game yet. Thank you, Sue, for your friendliness towards Francis Leach. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I was showing the picture too long. Historic commercial vehicle run. Dawn Marie's in. Hello to you. Hope you're well. All's been all right. Yes, all's been okay. I went out for the day. Hastings. Nice little day out. Worth having. Oh, that's. Oh, yes, news to share. I'm doing a podcast with Hutch. No, I'm looking forward to it very, very much. No, I'm sincerely looking forward to doing it. Podcast series with Hutch. Yes. On your screen it says 18 plus. No, it's 16 plus to watch here in the comments. But where did it say 18 plus? I've got to find this 18 plus. Where on earth did it say 18 plus? Where the heck did it say that? I mean, where the devil on earth did it say that? Thanks, Harriet. Thank you. No idea. No idea. No idea, Loco. I wish I had the answer, but I don't know. Hutch has grown a full-blown trainer. Yes, good for him, even though I do not wear trainers. Basil is a very friendly cat. I'm happy learning so, but I think I missed one comment you put in, Blacksmith. I need to check it. Ah, that's the one I found. Just found it now. Your granddaughter gets on well with Basil. She has 2 cats. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. I'm certainly pleased. Oh, Martin, you certainly didn't have to, but thank you kindly. Thank you. Thank you. I can hardly believe it, Bill. I can hardly believe it. 1st of March, 2025. That means we've only got 10 months of 2025 left. Only 10 more months to make certain things happen throughout the remainder of the 2025 calendar year, that is. Basil is a very friendly cat. May go on some buses tomorrow. If you want to go on the bus tomorrow, I'd recommend you make it happen, Rexy. This is the year 2025, midway through the decade, to make things happen. Oh, have you got to go now, Loco? Good luck with your revision and good luck with more exams. Certainly wonderful to see you too, and hoping your revision does get well. If you get another cat, you'll use the name Basil. Well, as it so looks, Pamela, you've got Blacksmith's stamp of approval. More or less, Martin, yes, more or less. More or less. Pleasure. Good luck with your exams. You worked as a volunteer this morning? Really? Where did you do it? Where did you do the voluntary service, Pamela? Where did you do it? I mean, can I tell you something, Pamela? My grandmother, until shortly before my grandfather died, she used to do voluntary work in a charity store. She did that from when she was in her early 60s until at the age of 72. She did charity work in a charity shop. My grandmother did that. That's Anne who did that, just to say. and have friends heading over for dinner. So not a typical ranch workday. You're wearing makeup and earrings. Oh gosh, you must be a stunner tonight. Well, especially if you got asked for well, especially if you were asked for ID to buy a particular paint. A particular paint one has to be a certain age to purchase. And if you're all made up and things, well, you've obviously got to be a stunner tonight. So not a typical ranch workday. Oh, not to worry. You were selling raffle tickets to raise money to fund research to prevent blindness. Well done. Well done for your voluntary service for the charity for raising money for research to prevent blindness. People who do those sorts of things, Pamela, I applaud people who do those sorts of things, and I certainly applaud you for doing that. Oh no, your husband's mother was blind, so you do the charity work in memory of her. Well done. No, well done for yours and your husband's contributions. Oh, that's very tough. That really is very tough to have a blind relative. Well done. No, well done for your husband's charity work. I couldn't applaud Pamela enough for that, Maria. I certainly couldn't applaud her enough. Same, Domri. Martin, I too couldn't applaud Pamela enough for her voluntary work to charity to prevent blindness. If anything, Harriet, I couldn't applaud Pamela enough for her actions. RP is what took her sight. Oh dear. Oh dear. Your last ginger boy was called Portland Bill. Thank you, Martin. Thank you. And it's lovely having you in here too. Oh, well done. Well done you, Hailey. Well done for your contribution to helping those who are disabled. Well done you, Hailey. Well done you. Sensitive as you might be, I'm happy it's never stopped you for helping those who are disabled. I'm so glad it's never stopped you from helping those in need. So well done you. Well done for your contributions, Heidi. And hello to you, Joan. Hello to you. Your dad is totally blind now. He's 82. No sight at all. Oh, no. He's got no sight. Especially if you're 82. I mean, or any age. That's really no fun. That's really no fun to have no sight at all. That's really, really no fun at all. Oh, it's certainly a pleasure, Hailey. It's certainly a pleasure. Yes, do give a resoundingly large hello to our Joan Lovelace. Hello to Joan. Hello to you, Joan. And also, Joan is an avid supporter of Matthew Marsden and Trevor Colt, too. So, Joan, well done, and thank you for always your kindly support towards Trevor and Joan, Trevor and Matthew. So thank you. Thank you. She lived to be 93. Oh, well done. Oh, well done her. Wow, she had a good age. Lost all her sight by about 50. Oh, that's tough. 40 years of blindness. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's a very, very long time to be blind and to have no sight over 40 years. She lived to 93. What a good age. Now, that's a very, very good age to make it to. 93. Fingers crossed let's hope your parents make it to 90 plus, Pamela. Fingers crossed. But wow, she had a good innings. No, but can I tell you something more astonishing, Pamela? My friend's late father, Leslie, he died this time 3 years ago, February 2022 was when he died. He lived to be 96. I thought I'd tell you that. He would have been 97, but he was 96 when he died. So he lived just as long as your mother did, your mother-in-law did. So your mother-in-law and my friend's late father, Leslie, both had something in common, had a good, fantastic innings for a long life well lived. Thought I'd show that. Yes, as did Her Majesty the Queen, 96 years, as did Her Majesty the Queen. It is certainly a real pleasure, most sincerely, Joan, and we welcome you to the community. I know, 96, you get people who live to be 100. You get people who live to be 100 plus, Pamela. I mean, take Sue Abbott. Sue, who's on here, her neighbour, she's 102. She's going to be 103 this year and still goes out and does her own shopping. In her 100, I think she's going to be 103 this year. I don't know yet. Well, I don't know. But she still goes out and does all her own shopping at 102. I haven't done King and Queen research recently, Martin. Not recently. No, I should look up their latest news. No, but it was a very devastating time for the king this time last year. You know, he had a cancer diagnosis, poor man. Oh, it's certainly a pleasure, Joan. It's certainly a pleasure. And how about a nice long hug to you? Rexy, right, Rexy's got something interesting to share. Fun fact, the oldest crocodile in the world is 124 years old and was born... No, actually, Rexy, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? If the crocodile was born in 1903, the crocodile would be 122. If he was 124, he'd be born in 1901 and managed to surpass 100 due to being in captivity. Their lifespan is about 90 years in the wild. Now, that is a fun fact. That is a fun fact. But you accidentally got it wrong age-wise. 1903 is 122 years ago. 124 years ago. It was 101. Yes, I have. Frightening times. No. But it's just it is a hell of a lot of shit going on. That's how I'd describe it. Charlie, hell of a lot of shit. Oh, no, not to worry. Typos happen. This happens with even all my friends, they'd say, sorry about that typo. No worries at all. The king and queen were once contributors. Yes, true that. That is true, Martin. Couldn't have got it more right regarding royal history. Also, our king and queen used to be rulers of our country and the whole empire. But now we've got our own leaders, you know, prime ministers, presidents in all individual countries or own monarchies and things. Those are outside of the hierarchical commonwealth. That is. Your friend's mother is 104, still looking after herself. Impressively done. Impressively done. Thank you, Sue. Thank you for your kindly corrected reminders. Oh, Anthony, thank you for asking after Sue. Happy you're okay, Sue. Happy you're okay. St. John's Wood is the only underground station that contains none of the letters of the word MacRTL. Oh, interesting. Interesting fact there, Martin. I mean, I'm only just learning about Barrett's Lady Sue. I'm only just learning about Barrett Leddy. Ta-da! Hello to you, Maureen. Hello to you. Ta-da! Certainly a hello to our Maureen indeed. Sue, Maria, Pamela and Francis Leach, and Sue and Maria, thank you for your kindness towards Maureen. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Meant to put 1901. Don't worry, we all make mistakes. It was just a typo. Yes, no, it was a real surprise to see Maureen on Shapper's live stream. But certainly wonderful seeing here. Yes, yes, I know Trump should never have blamed Zelensky for starting the war. It was clearly Putin all along. Thick git, that's how I describe it. If anyone was to say that, they are a thick git. If anyone could blame Zelensky for the war, is a thick git. But sorry for the naughty language. You just adore Maureen's entrance, as does I too, as does I. No, if I could, Pamela, I could just hug Maureen very tightly. I could just hug Maureen very, very, very tightly right now. Same with you, Pamela. I just hug you tightly. No, but the good thing about people like Pamela, they're the sort of people, who really, once they take an interest in somebody who they believe has good friendship potential, they're like, just come on, talk to me, that sort of thing. Really warm up to you. That's how I describe people like, Pamela and Maureen, or Sue, Blacksmith, or Maria, or Francis Leach, or any of you in here. You're really the sort of people. You're the sort of people who really warm up to people extremely well once you've taken an interest in somebody who you believe has friendship potential. It's come on, talk to me. When it comes to, like if you were with somebody, your friend, affectionately wrapping your arm around their shoulder and like saying, look, come on, let's sit on the couch or sofa together. Come on, talk to me. How are things for you? Or how's your day going? And what was it that you liked as a child? Or how is life treating you? That sort of thing. That's how I describe. Certainly, Pamela. And all that. But I hope it wasn't too much showing Maureen and all that. But I thought I'd share it all the same. That's all. Oh, have you got to go? Ta-ta for now, Sue. Ta-ta for now. You take care. Love and hugs to you, Sue. Yes, thoughts of Graham and Fiona. Yes. But we can't say too much about it. We really can't. No, Blacksmith. Please, Blacksmith. I am very aware you're easygoing. I'm very aware that you're easygoing. No, and you represent yourself very well. You're always very kind and friendly to me, and you speak highly of Basil. So and we respect you for your friendliness, Blacksmith. And one thing that really did touch me most, well, certainly did it really please me greatly, was learning about your granddaughter being a very caring person. Like how your wife is very caring. Your late wife was very caring, sorry. It must touch you, Blacksmith. It really must touch you internally from the inside that your granddaughter's very caring. It must touch you internally from the inside. Oh. And I'm pleased that she's got 2 cats herself. But honestly, I really thought she'd separated from her boyfriend. No, but how did her... I don't know if they're still together or not, but how did, if they have separated, her ex-boyfriend take to the cats that she's got? But I am sorry if it was a painful question to have asked you, Blacksmith. My apologies. Oh, thank you, Pamela. Thank you for saying I'm easygoing. There have been times where I've not been easygoing if I was angry or annoyed. This can happen to anybody. But thank you for saying that I'm easygoing. Oh, and now that we're well over 30 minutes into the live stream, cheers, everybody. This is a pint glass of cloudy apple juice. Cheers, Pamela. Cheers to you. I'll pull my chair in. That's better. You're drinking water right now at the same time. They were always falling out. That's young love. Oh, okay. They were falling out. Oh, gosh. Always falling out. Oh, dear. So sorry about their falling out. That's not good. No, but like you said, Blacksmith, it's young love that they were falling out. Oh. You drank a cig or water. Good evening to you, Chanson. Good evening to you. Just got the last bottle of Muscadet Salih from Aldi. Oh, wow. Well done, you. I'm very well, thank you, Chanson. Had a nice little outing earlier today. I had a nice little outing in Hastings and got back about an hour before I started the live, so all's okay. All's okay. You love apple juice and pineapple juice with lots of ice. Very, very refreshing. I think this, personally speaking, is refreshing, but happy you've got a refreshing drink, Maureen. Cheers to you, Maureen. Yes, this is true. I could imagine so, Ham Shackleton, yes. Well, I don't live on my own. No, I don't live on my own. But you make a very, very good point there, Ham Shackleton. You certainly make a fantastic point there. No, I mean, whoever my girl's going to be in the future, it's definitely, obviously, it's going to take some getting used to, for us two to get used to one another. But I'll need to see which girl I'm going to run into. I mean, I've conversed with quite a few girls whilst going out and things, whilst whenever running into one, by pure chance when out and about. But Ham Shackleton, you make a fantastic, truthful point there. Ham Shackleton has a truthful point, and I agree with him 100% big time on that. Now, both the girls, I mean, it only just got to me today that it was this time last year that I ran into a nice girl at Lewis Railway Station on this day, 1st of March 2024. We both conversed together, but it was a pity we really didn't meet for very long. And once our train arrived, that was the last we saw of each other. Nice girl she was. I think she was younger than I. You know, she looked about 18, I think, something like that. So I think she was younger than I would assumed. You know, so so it only just no, she was a nice girl. She was a nice girl, the one who I encountered. She was half American, this young girl who I encountered, which may astonish some of you. She was born to an American mother and born to an English father. We just chatted about certain things and all that. I even mentioned a Chevrolet or Chevy classic car, which astonished me as it did. She was greatly familiar of it, and I was like, "You have quite familiarity of it." And she said, "I'm half American, so I do know what a Chevy is." I was like, "Oh, how nice!" you know, because I could have thought she was just a full Brit, but no, she's half American, half British. Astonished me as it did. And I was like, well, which one is American, if I dare might ask? It was her mother, by the way. Any mother would be delighted for their daughter to have a partner like me. Well, could you imagine if I ran into the girl again, who's half American? I wonder what her American mother would think of me. Well, I never met her, but could you imagine if I did? But, no, no, it's a conversation I won't forget. I won't forget. And the other girl, there were two girls I ran into, quite notable who I thought they were. They were blondes. They were both blondes, the girls. So they were quite pretty, to tell you something, Pamela. But there was one who I met about a few months before I ran into the girl at Lewes railway station. There was another girl who I ran into at the London to Brighton veteran car run back in November 2023. I mean, I was eating my lunch, and then this girl came over. We just conversed and all that. We had some nice chats and things. She was quite outgoing, this one, the one at the veteran car run. She was probably as more chatty than I was, I would say. And she was quite inclined to giggle. But really, just overall, she was just good to chat to. She was very good to chat to, but very, really nice looking girl. Very, very good set, very, very good full set of blonde hair, which was what she had, and a nice style. She wore very nice black boots and with a pair of jeans and a nice jacket and nice glasses. So she was quite a stylish girl. She was a stylish and pretty girl. And the other one wore similar trousers, but a different jacket to the other girl. And another difference was size-wise, she was petite. The one at the veteran car run, she wasn't petite, no. She was sort of a proportionately slim, but not very petite, which was how I'd describe her. She was about my sort of size, size-wise. Maybe a little bit bigger than I, something like that. The one at the veteran car run, but the one who I met at Lewes, she was tiny. I don't know what she was for size, but she couldn't. The one at Lewes, oh gosh, I don't think she could have been any bigger than 112 pounds, something like that. She was very, very tiny, very, very tiny. But the girl at the veteran car run, she wasn't petite. I think size-wise, she was probably no smaller than my weight of 154 pounds, or no smaller than 150 odd pounds, something like that. She's nothing as small as, say, my mother, for example. But, as one would say, people come in different shapes and sizes. But that's beside the point. I need to get a simple contact card printed for such occasions. Good idea, Francis Leach, good idea. Hello, Karen. Hello. No, you're sending prayers to Graham. And prayers to you for your Still's disease that you live with. Is it Still's disease that you're stuck with each and every day or something else? She clearly made a good impression on me. Oh, thank you, Pamela. I think both the girls made a good impression on me. You have exams upcoming on 12th of April. In your opinion, just try your hardest. I might go far in the future of being a train driver or even a bus driver. Good luck with your intentions for those, Charlie. No, Pamela here, Shasha, is a Texas resident. Pamela's Texas-based, just to share. Ham Shackleton. If I keep running into people, I need to improve my driving skills. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, thank you, Pamela. No, I know you adore me, and I adore you too. Hello, Joan. We did say hello earlier on. You enjoy me along with Matthew and Trevor. Thank you, Joan. Thank you. No, Matthew represents a fantastic community. Yeah, and he says some of the nicest things. He says, come on now, not all actors are like how people say they are. I promise. And he's both an actor and a good friend who represents a fantastic community, a wholesome community, is what Matthew represents. He's very good at representing a wholesome community, despite being a very, very famous film star and actor. To so share. Next time, ask for her number. I don't know if I'm going to run into her again or not, Maria. I really don't. I don't think she fancied me. We spoke to her. We spoke and all that, yes. I mean, she was good to talk to, the one who I met on this day last year. She wasn't quite as outgoing as the other girl at the veteran car run who I met months prior to her. She wasn't quite as outgoing, but we got on okay. We got on okay. But I don't think there was love in the cards for us. But, if I run into her again, maybe I could ask for her number. But obviously, I've got to do it carefully if I ever run into her again or so. Last live you attended, there was someone from Boston. Oh, that was Nutmeg. That would have been Nutmeg. Shasha. Last live, Boston was Nutmeg, but another Philly resident like you is Deborah Coleman. Those are the sleeves. Well, here, that's the sleeve of the shirt, but this is the sleeve of the jumper. That's the sleeve of the jumper, but this here is the sleeve of the shirt I've got on. Oh, my eyes. That's, like so many others, your heart breaks for Graham and Fiona. It's heartbreaking. Life can be so bloody cruel. I know. That's a hard one. Shasha. Yeah, she was born with Still's disease as a child. It was quite a challenge. Oh, it's certainly a pleasure. No, hugs and cuddles to you. Giving your own card and number is less stressful than asking for hers, and it leaves it up to her if she is interesting. Oh, thank you, Pamela. Thank you. You don't give a hoot what other people think of your appearance. Good way to put it, Ham Shackleton. Good way to put it. Good advice, Charlie. That's certainly good advice. Thank you. Thank you. Have you ran into any girls, Charlie? Or have there been any girls who have fancied you, if I may ask? But what is it I'm missing? I need to look for a comment that I missed. It was what Blacksmith put in. Oh, there we are, Blacksmith. Okay, yes, right, okay. Okay, right, your granddaughter's boyfriend is having to put a new gate post in at her field. Someone damaged it last night and let one of her... Oh my, that is dangerous. That's frightening. That certainly is frightening. No, that's very, 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 very frightening. That is scary, frightening, you know. It's your granddaughter's horse. That means a lot to her. Obviously, your granddaughter's horse is Blacksmith are her pride and joy, aren't they? It's no wonder why those are falling out. You know, I mean, that is scary, frightening. Yes, Maria, yes, that is an... Oh, no! Ah! How the hell did that happen? That sort of thing. Until you find out. Pamela, right. Every time you have even a brief conversation with a girl you meet, you get better and better at it. Like everything, we need practice to get good at it. True. This is only as truth has things. Only as truth has things. Thank you, Marie. Thank you for wishing Charlie for his exams. Thank you. Yes, don't worry. Try not to worry, Charlie. All you can do is your best, and that's all anyone can ask for. No girls have fancied you ever. It's just girls in your class now how much you love trains, and to them must be annoying to them. Your ex worked on a regional rail in Philadelphia. He'd take your hand and help me off the train because of your heels. One day you pressed a folded piece of paper into his hands. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Luckily, the horse was in someone's garden, eating her front lawn. What? What? Eating on her... Now that is sneaky. You know, the person, the person could have sued your granddaughter for that. The person could have sued your granddaughter. No wonder why she's so angry with her boyfriend. No wonder why. Oh. Find a girl who loves trains. Very good advice, Pamela. Good advice. Oh, thank you, Helm Shackleton. Thank you for your friendliness to Charlie. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure you are answering the questions they really asked. Some of them are sneaky. Yes, I've even ran into sneaky exams. Some exams do put in sneaky questions that try and trip you up. I've actually encountered that numerous times. So I can say from experience, I do know that, Ham Shackleton. I do know that. Well done, Pamela. Good advice there. Good advice there. The people in the village all know your granddaughter. Oh, I'm happy learning that they know your granddaughter. That's thank goodness for that. Thank goodness, because could you imagine if it was a person who didn't know your granddaughter and yet she could have been sued for property damage because of the horse? My school days, they went okay. My school days were quite good, actually, Karen. It wasn't so good in infant school. I didn't like infant school very much. But, no, but I think I quite liked my junior school years. And, my secondary school days were okay. You know, and my secondary school years and college days were all right, you know. I did have some of my silliest days in secondary school. You read the questions carefully and try not to cheat. Yes, no, never cheat in an exam. Never, never, never cheat in an exam. Never. And they likely know her horse. She was born in a village. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Do I wear cologne? I've never worn cologne before, Shasha. No, I've never worn cologne. But since some of you are already in here, some of you have not seen something funny, which I'm going to show now.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
A big bus versus a small bus. A large double-decker that's built about 10 years ago, compared to a single-decker built about 30, 40 years ago. You went to an all-girls Catholic school. Oh, you never socialized with any boys. That's boring. I'm happy I never went to an all-boys school. Oh, that's not fun. That's boring to be sent to just an all-girls school. That's boring. I'm happy I never got sent to an all-boys school, because if I was at an all-boys school, I'd be quite bored to the bare bones. I'd be bored to the bare bones. That really isn't fun. That really must never have been fun, to not being able to socialize with any boys. Oh, that's one thing. That's one thing. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh gosh. You and Hailey as well. All girls school. That must have been boring, not being able. Dawn Marie, you as well. Gosh, Pamela. Oh gosh, Maria, Hailey, Dawn Marie. That's a bit boring, not going to an all, just being at an all girls school. Why not? I mean, don't you think you would have had a nice time having a school with boys as well as just girls? Hello to you, Martin. Hello to you. Hoping you're okay over in New York City. Hello to you. Harriet, you as well. Gosh. Weren't you bored not being able to socialize with any boys? Very little of what you learned in school has been of any use to you. Except English, grammar, and spelling, you was useless at maths. And now you know that you have, oh gosh, amongst other problems. You was very shy when it came to boys. Oh gosh, oh Maria. And that shows another thing that's quite funny.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
With Shappa. Oh, okay. Young boys were always too busy horsing around. Yes, Shappa and I. Yes, Shappa and I.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
Funny way to put it. Quite a funny way to put it.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
Daphne is Maximus Decimus Meridius. And Nixie, my name's Jeff. Well, Daphne really could be Maximus Decimus Meridius. Because not only is she so much bigger than Nixie, but she's a lot more dominant than Nixie. I thought I'd share that. She's actually very dominant compared to Nixie, and Daphne is. Just a social. Took to your late 40s to pass maths. Wow. Plenty of chances to mix boys' school next door. Yes, I think so too, Maureen. I think so. I believe so. I'm with you, completely with you on that, and I think the same thing as you on that. Need to learn social skills with both sexes. Couldn't agree with you more, Maureen. I certainly couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I learnt social skills with both sexes too, thank goodness. Haven't heard about its latest popularity, Shasha, but I think there was a point where it was all girls school and all boys schools. I think they were popular at a certain point. Don't think they're so popular now, I wouldn't think. You often say you can perform the same. Oh. Okay. I wouldn't say all girls' schools are highly popular, no. I think it's schools where you can mix with both sexes are more likely to be the popular ones. Oh, that. Oh, sorry about that. Where was I? Always got in trouble for your uniforms being too short. Wow. Hi, Josh. Hello to you. Oh, have you? You was the first person on top of the bus. Wow. Us too. And hair had to be. Oh God. Oh my bloody goodness. The nuns would bust the. Oh shit. Oh, sorry about the language, but that was surprising. Oh, draconian. Draconian. Oh dear. Sorry, I was just had to look out for something. I just had to check something very, 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 very quickly. All that. As quickly as possible. That's what I'm talking. All done. You loved your school uniform. I liked my school uniform too, Francis Leach. I liked both my my primary and secondary school uniforms. Back in my primary school, I had quite a distinctive, brightly coloured fleece. We had brightly distinctive coloured fleeces or jumpers at my primary school, but at my secondary school, you had either jumpers or blazers. I often wore the jumper at my secondary school. I even wore a jumper even in the summer at secondary school. And my sports teacher said, "I worry about your body temperature," when he saw me with a jumper on. And it was a hot summer's day, a shirt and a jumper. He was like, "I worry about your body temperature." Oh my bloody goodness, you went to a boys' school, Martin. Wow. Wow. Was not nice to have to worry about wearing hair and makeup without boys. Oh, but some of you have not seen certain presentations of mine. I thought I might share them to some of you right now. But let's get going, because there's some of you who are on here who have not seen certain presentations of mine, and now let's start learning certain things with me. Right, we're going to be learning certain things with me now. So these are old presentations. Before long, there will be some new upcoming ones. But I'm going to show, some of you have not seen them, but I'm going to show them now. Most of you have already seen certain presentations of mine, but some of you in here are yet to see them. But there we are. Okay. Welcome to another little insight here of an event that I'm known to annually attend. This representation of this very event in this live stream here will be showing and showcasing the Tenterden Bus Rally. The Tenterden Bus Rally, it by and large annually takes place either on the second Sunday of August or the third Sunday of August every single year. I've been attending this very event since August of 2021, and from my experiences from going to this event, I would certainly give it a big recommendation, and I would certainly recommend anybody with those up in the length and breadth of the United Kingdom in its full entirety, and certainly those abroad, to give this event a try and worth going to. That's if they were over from their home country to the United Kingdom at the time of when the Tenterden bus rally was running, just to show an example. But Tenterden bus rally, it takes place right outside of the Kent and East Sussex Steam Railway, because Tenterden is the starting point of the Kent and East Sussex Steam Railway, and that is where the Tenterden bus rally takes place, right outside of the starting point of the Kent and East Sussex Steam Railway. So every time I go to Tenterden bus rally every single year, I always see the Kent and Sussex Steam Railway in the background, and sometimes even hear the steam and diesel engines in the background whilst I'm attending to it. It's worth going to. From the moment I first went to Tenterden bus rally, it was the week after I first went to Tinker's Park, going back to August of 2021 now. I do look back, and I certainly do not turn back and look back on it now. It was after Tinker's Park, I checked the website again, and I thought, right, Tenterden bus rally, well, I think now that's the next event I've got to do. Having pushed myself to go into Tinker's Park, as most of you know, despite being feeling broken and crippled with sadness at the time, I pushed myself into going to the Tenterden after Tinker's Park, and it obviously took time, but as you know, over time I steadily began to realise the positive effect it had on me attending. But the special credit goes to David Scott for sending me the link to the very website that advertised and represented the Tenterden bus rally itself. And it was only through that website, David sent me a link to, that I found out about Tenterden bus rally itself. And because of that, I've now been going every year since. And I would not change going to Tenterden bus rally for the world. And maybe, just maybe, one day in the future, I may one day have a ride on the Kent and East Sussex Steam Railway whilst attending the Tenterden bus rally in the future. But we've got to give it a go. I mean, I don't know if I will give it a go or not, but I will certainly give the Kent and East Sussex Steam Railway a ride whilst within the Tenterden bus rally event. But obviously, I would have to get back in time for the final bus departure from Tenterden railway station. But Tenterden bus rally, it's worth going to, especially if one wants to have a ride on the preserved steam railway, since it takes place right outside of it. Thank you all for taking the time with listening to this very presentation. Thank you most greatly sincerely for listening always. Ta-ta for now. Here's to Tenterden bus rally for 2025. That was taken at my time when Tenterden last took place. No, it really is, thank goodness for my friend David Pamela. But really? Oh, wow. There are no bus rallies in Texas. Oh, gosh. My goodness. Class in session. A lot of them are the older buses, Heidi, I thought I'd tell you. Looked like a gorgeous day when I went. This was taken back in 2024, the pictures of Tenterden Bus Rally 2024. Pamela, but it was a baking hot day, actually. It was around about 90 Fahrenheit. It was about 90-degree heat, so baking hot. Actually, to show something, I've actually got pictures. I've got a picture of Tenterden bus rally. If I can find it. No, it was a baking hot day when I went. Thank you, Shasha. My photos are very well framed. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you kindly. Uh, you have a dear friend, Stephen Lindley, who drives buses around Norwich. You met him with both when you both worked in Halfords, Norwich back in the 80s. He also whizzed around London in 90s in his bus. No, I mean, certainly couldn't agree with you more, Maria and Karen. Interesting story Karen had to so share. Your buses are boring, not really interesting like in England. Ooh, wow. Wow. This here, this is a picture, that was Tenterden Bus Rally 2024, and that's me sat inside one of the older buses in Tenterden. Almost this time last year. Oh, no, I'm here. I'm here. Something strange happened. Hello to you, Specs. Happy Catterday. Happy Catterday. My hair was different. I need to get the picture up again. There we are. But what did Maria say? No, but Specs, thank you for saying that I look handsome. Thank you for saying I'm handsome. That's a very nice compliment. Thank you. My hair was different. My hair was different. My hair, well, doesn't look terribly different. Doesn't look terribly different to how it is, how I generally style it. But yeah, understand your point, Maria. Understand your point. It's certainly very nice seeing our Specs indeed, Harriet. It's always lovely seeing our Specs. I particularly like the compliments some Specs provides towards me. No, very, very nice compliments, I must say. I need to pull my chair in. and to show a picture of something quite variably interesting. Oh, goodness, to take me back to the days of those ticket machines on the buses. Oh, to take me back to those days. I still actually, astonished one as it might, I can remember when those ticket machines were around on buses. But they stopped using these ticket machines, I think, when I was about 9 or 10, something like that. So a long time now, but I can well and truly remember the days of those kinds of ticket machines. A piece of vintage valuable history there. Enchanted history, I must say. No, brilliant, brilliant history. I know, yes. Yeah. Certainly isn't, oh my goodness, on that one. Some enchanted piece of history there. Some enchanted piece of old history looking at this old ticket machine. Karen, right. You loved visiting the London Transport Museum in London when your dear son Logan was a young boy. Wonderful seeing all those older, great-looking buses back in the day. Do hope you and your son had a nice visit in the London Transport Museum. Karen. Mia and Molly. Oh, yes, Mia and Molly, the cats. Oh, and that, yeah, that was Daphne back in August of 2020. Daphne in August 2024, that one. I need a photo of a ticket machine the Clippers used to have. You can still hear the sound they made. That's what I definitely will need, Dom. Marie, I certainly will need that. Really? When you visit family in Norwich, you travel on the buses, coaches. They still use the old ticket machines. Oh, impressive! Impressive that. I'm pleased hearing so. My channel was growing fast. Thank you, Maria. Thank you kindly for saying so. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Pamela, thank you kindly for your friendliness towards Thank you for your kindness towards Specs. Thank you. I think the only thing you'd expect from Pamela Specs is a nice long hug from her. You know, I think once once you receive a hug and a cuddle from Pamela, there's almost no escape from wriggling out. But don't worry, she'd be gentle with you, Specs. Don't you worry. She'd be gentle with you, giving you a hug. So you needn't fear somebody lovely like Pamela. You needn't fear her. Basil just woke up, so you move him now. Oh gosh, you had to move Basil. Oh, okay. Don't think Blacksmith nodded. Oh, he nearly nodded off. Never mind. Nearly nodded off with Basil trying to cuddle up to him. Oh. No, but Blacksmith, I do hope your future grandson-in-law, well, your granddaughter's boyfriend, do hope he managed to fix up the fence okay. I mean, he must have some impressive carpentry skills in order to, fix up a fence. He's got to have some impressive carpentry skills. Whenever if he actually had to fix up a fence, and if he can fix up a fence, likely made of wood, I would presume. He's obviously got the carpentry skills for that, but I could be wrong. Do correct me in case I'm not. I do have such a warm, handsome smile. I really do. I really do make you smile. Oh, thank you, Karen. Thank you kindly for saying so. Thank you. Thank you for saying I've got a handsome smile. Oh, thank you. I actually, surprised you as it might, Karen, well, probably, I don't know if it would or not. I actually got considered handsome quite a lot at one point in my life. Until about 2021, I got considered it a lot by almost anybody. I was thinner back then, weight-wise, I was thinner. Because prior to 2021, in weight I was 9 stone 4 pounds, which for those of you who want to know what that is in the American and Canadian neck of the woods, 9 stone 4 pounds is 130 pounds. That was the weight I was. That was what I was weight-wise until 2021. But now, since 2021, I've been 150. I'm 154 pounds, and I've namely, by and large, remained 154 pounds since 2021. Although I was temporarily 11 stone 3 pounds back in February, but then the 3 pounds just went off. Seemingly enough, it just fell off. Don't know how, but it just seemingly fell off temporarily, because I was 11 stone 3 for a certain period in February, but then the 3 pounds just fell off for some strange reason. But but when I was considered handsome most back in the past, I was thinner weight-wise, or by nearly 2 stone. At 9 stone 4, but now I'm 11 stone, or 154 pounds as it is in the American and Canadian neck of the woods. That was when I got it most. I'm still handsome. Oh, thank you, Maria. Thank you for saying I'm still handsome. I yourself am you're considered to be enchanting, beautiful by many. Alison, Willa, Anthony are Harriet's cats. Yes, they're your cats, Harriet. I do know that. Braveheart is black and white. Oh, she must be a beauty. Braveheart must be an absolute beauty, Pamela. She must be a complete beauty, Braveheart. No. You need to head to bed. Oh, it's certainly a pleasure, Francis Leach. Do sleep well. Do sleep well. this here, and whereas Pamela was assuming earlier on, but obviously, I'm sorry if I'm waffling a little. That's another picture of me at Tenterden Bus Rally 2024. And as Pamela assumed, it must have been a gorgeous day. Actually, as you can see, Pamela, by just the shirt I'm wearing, it was baking hot. Because normally, had it not been a baking hot summer's day, I wouldn't have had, normally, in most weather, I wear my jacket, as you know. But in this case, because it was so baking hot on the day of Tenterden Bus Rally 2024, I had just a shirt on and trousers. But I had to cover up. But obviously, as you know, I generally have to cover up to prevent being sunburnt. That is, so I'm completely covered up to prevent being sunburnt. You like that photo? Oh, thank you, Pamela. Thank you kindly. I might look like a small man, but that's what I am. I'm a small man. That's how one would describe. I'm showing proof that I'm a small man, but I would never boast about it. You need to head to bed. Oh, ta-ta for now, Charlie. Ta-ta for now. Sleep well. You're eating your evening and first meal. Pamela, unfortunately, it's got to the point where I've become more prone to being sunburnt. It's got to the point in my life now where I'm just too prone to getting sunburnt, so I've really got to be careful. I'm a cool guy. Thanks, Martin. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly, Martin. Thank you. Thank you. No. Yep, but that's me. The small man with the blue shirt and dark grey charcoal trousers and black shoes. That's me. That's me, the small 5'8", 11 stone, or 154-pound man. Well, 5'8", 11 stone, 154-pound, 30-inch waisted small man, which is me. Why I say 30-inch waisted, because I've only got a 30-inch waist. That's all that I've got, and that's all there is of me, waist-wise, 30 waist. But, you know, goes to show we're all different, doesn't it? Especially with shape and size when it comes to that. But I need to be careful not to say too much about it, because that could get me into a hell of a lot of trouble. No, but to share something surprising, prior to 2021, I only had a 29 waist. That was when I weighed 9 stone 4 pounds. Or 130 pounds. I had only a 29-inch waist in the past. But now, since I put on nearly 2 stone of weight, I went up a waist size. After I put on weight, I went up a waist size. But genetically, it's only genetically that I've got a small waist, I would say. And why I say genetically is because my mother's got a small waist as well. Actually, in fact, smaller than what I've got. You know. I mean, well, why I say that is because, speaking of my mother, she had only a 24-inch waist up until she was about 20 years of age, something like that. And has still got a small waist as of now, because because my mother's got a waist size, you know, that's what, no bigger than 27, 28-inch waist, something like that. So it comes with the genetics, really, with me. The small waist and all that. Mother's got one, but was really exceptionally tiny at one stage, you know. I mean, could one imagine having a 24-inch waist? And 24... I mean, I don't think I could ever cope with having a 24 waist. I'd probably feel emaciated. if I had a waist size that small. No, but I'm happy having a 30-inch waist. I'm happy with that. I'm probably going to go up a waist size in the future, but hopefully not by too much. But for now, I'm happy with the 30 waist. You have a 30-inch big mouth. Oh, Harriet, you are cheeky. You've got specs going. Harriet on a road. Harriet, you've now made specs laugh out loud once you get started. So, really, you've got a small waist as well, Murray. I probably wouldn't be all that surprised. Because rumour has it, I remember you saying on a live, but I was careful reading it out loud because I didn't want to get into any trouble for saying it. But I think you said you had only got an £113 frame, which in the UK, on the UK side of things, that's 8 stone 1 pounds, £113, so nearly 3 stone short of my weight. But yes, if you want £113, you know, that I could only imagine that would equal to a small waist. You'll wrap your Xmas guest. Oh, jeez. Yes, no, I've really got to slow down. I've really got to slow down and stop. I was only sharing a point, but I've got to leave it at that. Dawn Marie, well done. You got it right. You haven't had anything yet. That's the sad part. Oh. You want some of what Harriet's having? Pamela, now to ask you a very big question here. Have you been watching When Harry Met Sally? I'll have what she's having, or I'll have what he's having. To depict the quote from that movie. Okay, Ham Shackleton, that's probably going to be the last I'll be saying of that. But yes, my mother did used to have a 24-inch waist, yes. That's 4 more than halfway round yours. Okay, now that's the last I'm sharing of that, okay, Ham Shackleton? That's the last I'm sharing of that. And I've stopped. I've stopped now, Dawn Marie. I've shared my point. That's done. It's only truth that it comes from the movie When Harry Met Sally. It's either I'll have what she's having or I'll have what he's having. You've obviously got to have been watching When Harry Met Sally recently, Pamela. You've obviously been watching that, but that's only my guess. You know? You'll have what she's having. Oh, thank you, Harriet. Thank you kindly. You was thinking of that movie When Harry Met Sally. It's a very famous movie, When Harry Met Sally. Very, very famous movie. Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan, When Harry Met Sally. I know that movie, despite having never seen it. I have heard of it because it can go around quite fairly often. That titling, it can go around fairly often. So it's a very, very famous, iconic movie that pretty much a hell of a lot of people know about. All that. Well, you have to. Oh, have you got to go, Maria? If so, if you do have to go, it was certainly wonderful having you on here. But you said, well, you have to, but do sleep well, won't you? Ta-ta for now. I haven't seen the ad. Yes, I think I have actually seen the ad for the mayonnaise when Harry met Sally. I think I have seen the advert for that actually, Tom Marie. I have. Sometimes it has been going around recently on the YouTube, hasn't it? No, I don't think it was on the YouTube. I saw the advert in the movie theatre when I saw the new Bridget Jones movie and also when I saw the new Captain America. I saw it when I saw both those movies. You take care, my lovely Maria. You take care. Have a wonderful evening, won't you, lovely? Have a wonderful evening. And please, for those of you who cannot stay on my live streams from start to finish, it's certainly no troubling issue at all. No trouble at all. Certainly no trouble whatsoever. Because, there's only so much we can do. And there's only so long of a live stream one can stay on for. You take care, Pamela. Not without a hug. A nice long hug. Do have a nice dinner with your guests, won't you? Ta-ta for now. Ta-ta for now, Pamela. Have a nice meal with your guests. Yes, it's certainly a goodbye and hugs to our Maria. And Blacksmith, yes, I need to check the message, the comment, because I missed one of your comments, but I'm going to get it up now. I mean, a little birdie has just reminded me that I missed one of your comments, and I need to look up. Oh, shit, no, because that's going to get me in trouble. No, not that. Sorry, Ham Shackleton. And especially if you've been accused of being fat shaming people, or gotten into trouble for fat shaming people, you've got to be careful what you read and what conversation it can stir up. I'm sure it's here somewhere. Oh, found it. I'm fairly certain, as you did say before, Blacksmith, that that's your future grandson-in-law. I think I remember you saying that your future grandson-in-law was born to a farmer and is a farmer's son. So obviously he would certainly have the expertise and knowledge to fix up the fence that broke. So well done him. Well done on his expertise. He's obviously retained so well. Well done him indeed. Very well done indeed. Just got to go and give Basil his supper. Hope Basil has a nice supper. Hope he has a nice supper. And do have a nice evening, Blacksmith. Ta-ta for now. Ta-ta for now. Or have you got to go, Anthony? If so, ta-ta for now. Ta-ta for now, Anthony. Oh. Wait a moment. Right, we're here. Just sat in front of you, purring his head off. Oh, has he? I imagine he's an affectionate cat if he purrs. I didn't know he was prone to purring, your Basil blacksmith. Yeah, I got a tissue. Got a tissue now. John Marie, got one now. Came back as quickly as I could, Harriet. I mean, how the hell did my nose start bleeding? I really don't know. Very by pure random chance. Pure random chance. Next time, next live stream, I'll have tissue on standby in case my nose suddenly bleeds once again. I'll probably come in handy and probably be better organized at large. That was very, very stupid. I didn't have any tissue on me, but I didn't know it was going to happen, did I? No. Oh, no, Anthony. I was certainly not going to leave. No, indeed not. No, I do know that cats purr when they're happy, but interesting learning it's also to calm themselves when stressed. Oh, hello to you, Dave. Hello to you in the future. Dave in the future, that is. Oh, don't worry. Please don't worry about being late. We're having some Saturday fun. But unfortunately, I've got a bit of a nosebleed at the moment. But you're having a little Sunday sleep-in. Please, Dave. Dave, it is no trouble at all. It is certainly no trouble at all for sleeping in. It's no trouble at all. It is certainly no problems whatsoever. No problems at all. No problems at all. No trouble whatsoever. Indeed not. But please, everyone needs a little Sunday sleep-in. All of us like a nice Sunday sleep-in at times. No trouble at all. Certainly no trouble at all, good man, Dave. Certainly no trouble at all. I've only put the link up in case anyone wants to come on, Harriet, that's all. But once I get a guest on, the link will come off. Right, I've just got a message. Oh, right, message. So I need to... Oh, okay, no worries at all. No worries at all. Wait a moment. Oh, Dave, you had something to share. I had to literally just get back to a message I got. If it is not too far to ask, is my blood pressure okay? Please, Dave, that's a fantastic question to ask me. Dave, I've never checked my blood pressure. I've never checked my blood pressure. You have nosebleeds if your blood pressure is high. Oh, gosh. I'll give it another 2 to 5 minutes, Harriet. And if there are no guests in 5 minutes, the link will be removed. Do be assured. Hello to you, Leah. Hello, my lady. I know, it's demoralizing. Shame that these days nowhere is safe. How the hell it could have got to that point? That's no fun. It's no fun at all. Not even in our little chat. It's really not fun. That's really not fun at all. Oh, but since we've got Leah in here, Leah may not have seen a certain presentation of mine, but I thought I'd show in case Leah is interested in seeing. And most of you have already seen it, but I thought I'd show it now since you've got Leah in here. Let's have a good look. It's obvious to point out that we have garden centres up and down the length and breadth of our country, or in many places around the world. But this garden centre, well, in my opinion, I thought it was a nice and enchanted little garden centre. First time I'd ever been, and this was located over in Essex, in the West Sussex County, not far from the Thatched Inn pub, but a bit of a walk away from it, and actually quite a fairly considerable walk away from it. But Thatched Inn, no, not Thatched Inn, I always forget the name of the Essex Garden Centre. Well, let's just say it's the Essex Garden Centre, but a nice little garden centre to look around if one's interested in purchasing some new plants or garden seeds, vegetable seeds, or gardening equipment when one needs it most and all that. It's a nice little place. And it comes in handy, almost certainly, for the Essex residents. This enchanted little garden centre located over in Essex in the West Sussex County at large. And a very jolly nice little place. I was almost speechless, but not in a bad way, but speechless in a good way because of how enchanted the garden centre was. Well, certainly as I so thought when seeing it with my very own eyes and my very own hands-on experience and all that. So yes, it's a brilliant, brilliant place to be. The Essex Garden Centre. Would I go again? I'm certainly planning on visiting it again in the future, almost certainly, without a questioning ground of doubt. Oh, yes, indeed. But this is it for now for the Essex Garden Centre presentation. Please thank you all for taking the time to listening, and we shall certainly be going there again at some point in 2025, but not on an event-attending weekend. Much enchantment and much success for the future sustainability of the Essex Garden Centre business. Well, that was a presentation I'd shown, which Leah probably hadn't seen, and some of you had not yet seen as of yet. Oh, thank you, Specs. And Specs, can I thank you? Can I thank you kindly for saying that I was handsome? But thank you for the love heart. How do I get it? I'm trying to... Oh, dear. I did take the photos, Leah. Yes, I certainly did. Oh, really? Same in your neck of the woods, Sam Shackleton. How interesting. How interesting. So heavy on the garden furniture and ornaments. You are so hard pressed to find plants. Yeah, yeah. True that. Only true that. We do love our specs, don't we, Harriet? Especially with the compliments she made about me. Oh, and our sea gypsies here. Hello. Hello, hello, hello to you. Unfortunately, I've got a bloody nose, yes. Unfortunately. It just on you. I mean, I don't know how the hell it happened, but I just began bleeding. And then I had to take time out for about 1 minute to quickly get a tissue and rush back in, represent the live stream. Very, very, very strange that it happened. Very strange. Hi, Deborah. Hello and hugs to our Deborah. Deborah, yes, I got your comment on my Amberley Transport Museum slideshow video. I'm sorry I've not commented yet, but you've shared some fantastic points in the comment, which actually most of which I by and large completely agree with you on, just to say. But I'm sorry I'm yet to reply. And just to let you know, everybody, this is the Deborah. I mean, bless her that she doesn't make dolls anymore, but never mind, because she could make dolls, but I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know why, but she doesn't make dolls anymore now. But this is the Deborah who took a vested interest in making a doll with my shaped face on it. I'm never going to forget this moment. I was quite fluttered, actually. No, really, I was by and large, quite flattered by this, to tell the truth of things. Could one imagine having a friend who takes such a vested interest in you to the point where they're figuring out how to make a doll with your shaped face on it, or have at least the idea of it, you know? Sharper has not given me a left hook, Martin. No, he certainly has not. I am very talented at taking photos. Thanks, Leah. Thank you. Thank you. And there's another presentation I thought I might show you, Leah, that might or probably would interest you if I'm to show now, just to say. Should one visit this enchanted little place? Well, I think it could be the place for you if you're interested in history in a similar way to how I am. Though, as truth only has things, everybody has a different preference to a certain liking of certain things. The Essex Museum of Gardening is enchanted. I took a paid visit to the Essex Museum of Gardening in the latterly part of January of 2025, and my experience when I went there, it's by all means, and certainly beyond a doubt, or beyond questionable doubt, a very nice, a very interesting experience learning about all the different kinds of lawnmowers from all different eras. That was what captivated me with great interest when I went, personally speaking for myself, from my own end of the woods of the experience from when I went. But the Essex Museum of Gardening is certainly something I'm going to recommend to all. I'm certainly aiming to go back there again for sure, but as a means of making this presentation interesting in one way or another, I thought I might show you more or less all there is to offer at the Essex Museum of Gardening. It really does get interesting, especially when learning about lawnmowers from all different eras. May I thank you all most sincerely kindly for taking the time in viewing and listening to this special presentation I've just shown here. Thank you all for listening. Wow, you used to get blood noses as a child, see, Gypsy. Oh dear. This happened to me as a child, actually. I used to get nosebleeds as a child, too. Never had them as an adult. Impressive. I've had many as an adult. Oh, gosh. Oh, Deborah. Oh, Deborah, thank you kindly for your friendliness towards Harriet. Thank you. Thank you. Very talented at taking photos. Thank you, Leah. Thank you kindly. Love all my photos. Thank you, Sea Gypsy. Thank you. I do try my best. I have a very kind face. Thanks, Leah. Thank you kindly. It's seen at the Sussex Museum of Lawnmower of Gardening, Leah. Yes, true that. And it really interested me when I saw it. Oh, it's certainly a pleasure, Sea Gypsy. No trouble at all. Oh, no, you was at your good friend's mother's bedside for a while earlier. She's in palliative care. Brings home one's mortality, yes. Poor you, Martin. So sorry for your friend's mother. My friend's late father, Leslie, got wound up in palliative care. At the time of his death, he got wound up in palliative care. No, that was what interested me mostly. And now, Leah, I don't think you've seen this one as of yet, but I'm going to show one more presentation before the live is over, just to say. If you were to visit somewhere quite interesting or have a nice little peep around in this very, very, very enchanted and extremely interesting museum, well, Seaford Museum, Martello Tower, number 74, this I could recommend 100%. I could recommend this museum to anybody and all people of all kinds, tourists who are visiting the United Kingdom from their foreign home country, if they're on holiday over to England and the United Kingdom, especially if they're going to Seafood Museum. I could recommend it to tourists, and I could even recommend it to friends, certainly family, and also to all couples alike. Honestly, it is the place. It's certainly the place for families to go and have a nice look around to Seafood Museum, with very good decent entry prices, and certainly a good price if you want to have an annually held membership there at Seafood Museum itself. But as some of you may already be aware, on Sunday of the 2nd of February of 2025, my bestie David Scott and we happily went to visit the Seafood Museum itself. Small things as David and I may well be, at 5'4.5" and 5'8" and 11 stone of weight, respectively, it did not stop us from taking the risk in going to the Seafood Museum itself. But Seafood Museum, the history it has, the Seafood Museum, namely it's namely maritime related, and maritime related museums are as interesting as any museum could get. All museums are interesting. History, maritime, transport, or organ museums, which I'm yet to do, but I'm hoping to do it sometime this year as part of 2025, make things happen. Seafood Museum, it represents the history of seafood and also lots of older history, from like showing old shop exhibits and also showing the old computers and cameras or old merchandise is on display at the Seafood Museum itself at large and all the rest of it. Enchanted place to go to, and certainly would I recommend it to anybody. I mean, it was thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyable, my experiences at the Seafood Museum itself. Indeed, is it the place to go to, and for when I start going on dates, which I do hope, harder as it is to make friends nowadays, in a few bits and pieces, but fortunately not in every aspect of life, for when I start going on dates in the future, years to come, or for whenever it happens, whoever my date may well be, romantic date that is, I would certainly take her to the Seafood Museum itself, because it's definitely a nice place to chill out to and have a look around with couples. If you're a couple, or if you're in a dating, romantic connection of a relationship, it is certainly the place for it. Or certainly the place to take your date, or spousal companions, or companions of all types. Seafood Museum. I would say that for any museum, but Seafood Museum in particular. No. But Seafood Museum, oh my goodness. I would certainly recommend it big time indeed. Representing all the history from seafood over the years to what it's like presently now. But may I thank each and every one of you for taking the time in listening to this very representation regarding the Seafood Museum itself. And I'm almost definitely and certainly going to visit Seafood Museum in the future months to come over the course of 2025. Ta-ta for now. Thank you for listening. That's Seafood Museum for you. Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you, Sea Gypsy. It's certainly a pleasure. It's worth going to. It's worth going to. It is well recommended, Seafood Museum. It's well recommended. Yeah, and oh, if only more had your sensitivity, Deborah. You're just so lovely, aren't you? Yes, I know, Sea Gypsy, I know. But poor you. No, I'm extremely... so sorry about the loss of your mother, Sea Gypsy, yes. I mean, yes, I know you said you feel free since the loss of your mother, but I'm happy you're over for the family commitments. But to have been brought up all those years by a narcissist, that's horrific. To the point where it put your life in a misery zone. That's very, very tricky. That's a tricky thing to contemplate too. I mean, extremely emotionally, very painful and very hard being brought up by a narcissist. Well, I mean, very, very hard. Shout out for Catherine, the mysterious man. The mysterious man, shout out for Catherine. Those cameras, yes. I know the cameras. I'm happy learning you're doing okay, Sea Gypsy. Happy learning you're doing okay. Have I heard from you before, mysterious man? But it's good to see you, and it's nice to see that you're a subscribed supporter here. But normally I, by and large, don't do shout-outs, just to say. No, no, really, see, Gypsy, when I heard that your late mother made your life a complete, utter misery, and then after the live was over, I mean, after the live was over, I mean, I really felt for you. I felt for you when I heard this. I really did feel for you. Had you been talking to me about it, sat on a couch together, well, sofa, that would be, or sitting in a social gathering, what have you, I would probably cry. I'd probably cry. No, when you've learnt about somebody who's been brought up by a narcissist to the point where it's really gotten oneself down emotionally, it can strike you emotionally in several bits and pieces. It really can. I probably would have just given you a nice long hug whilst probably crying at the same time. had I learnt this from you. I mean, one's own mother, a narcissist. I mean, that is vile. No, I really felt for you recently, C. Gypsy. No, I really felt for you shortly after I heard that your mother made your life an utter misery, to the point where it really put you down greatly. And it was like you said, you can't win, which is only as truth has things, especially towards a narcissist, not surprisingly. Oh, yes, I'm going to try and chance it out now. For whoever's going to be whoever my future girl will be, Leah, I will certainly take her there. As does I too. I do love the old sewing machines as well. Harriet, I deleted it about 5 minutes ago. Yes, I know. This is only true, Ham Shackleton, I know. Not everyone can be born into a loving family. Sad as it sadly only this is sadly only the truth on that fact of the matter. Oh, and Leah, I think this may or may not interest you, but I dare might show. Here we are. If you were to visit a museum as enchanted as this museum, well, I would certainly recommend it big time. Amberley Museum is certainly the place to go. It's all thanks to my good friend Jonathan Clements for introducing me to the Amberley Museum itself, and because of him, well, I first went in September of 2024, and I recently went again on Sunday of the 9th of February 2025, and intend to do so certainly when on weekends, or certain weekends when there are no events going ahead. I'm certainly aiming to go sometimes on some weekends during the latterly autumn and winter times of the year, because it still gives something to do when there are no railways and events going on. I'm talking preserved steam miniature or standard gauge railways, that is. But in this case, Amberley Museum, the history it represents with the old telephones or a lot of old stuff it might represent and all the rest of things, it is just phenomenally enchanted. Some of the best history representations I have ever personally seen. It's just about as good as Seaford Museum is, Amberley Museum, in my opinion. And am I going to go again? Well, I certainly am, especially since recently signing up for membership at Amberley Museum. Annual membership, that is. Well, what I'm going to do is pay once annually for membership, and because of that, I intend to keep going however often I can for whenever chance allows, certainly on certain weekends where I have not got an event to go to, provided I do not have important circumstances, family circumstances, that is, because family circumstances come first and foremost. But that's beside the point, even though it is vitally important. But regarding this representation being Amberley Museum itself, would I recommend this museum? I most certainly would. And like I said, comparably to, or as I do so say, comparably to how I view the Seafood Museum itself, for whenever I start having romantic dates in the future, I will certainly be taking my romantic date to Amberley Museum if she so wanted to go. Indeed, I would. And if we, say, moved out of home, for example, and we were living together, or whatever romantic date I was living with, this will probably be a long time yet in the future. I would advise if she liked Amberley Museum, if she personally liked it, I would definitely recommend she'd sign up for membership, and we would probably both go with you taking advantage of the memberships, if she so wanted to do so, that is. But it's obviously very likely that whoever I'm in relationship with is going to have a very, very vastly different interest to what I'm going to have. But that's okay. But Amberley Museum, it is definitely the place for me, and I would recommend it to not only just all of you, for those of you up and down the length and breadth of the United Kingdom, but I would certainly recommend it to my friends domestically, and of course, or people recommend it to other friends, to those who I know, and to to families, and of course, to couples. I would certainly recommend Amberley Museum too. Quite the wonderful place. Thank you all most sincerely for taking the time in listening to this very Amberley Museum presentation. Amberley Museum, you rule! And here we go for Amberley Museum 2025 events for when they get started up come the latterly part of spring of 2025. Thank you, Martin. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly for saying that they're informative and professional and saying I'd be the perfect gentleman if I were ever courting. Thank you. Thank you. What do we know? We've gone nearly 20 minutes over 2 hours. I think it's time to really wrap things up very, very shortly now. But gosh, we've done well. We've held strong at well over 15 live viewers over 2 hours plus later. Thank you, Leah. Thank you. And hi, Avery. We're literally just finishing off right now. We're literally just finishing things off. Yes, good night, Shackleton. You sleep well. Thank you all most sincerely, kindly for watching. Goodbye, and may your good wishes be bring you great expectations of happiness.